Which contracts being signed for I don't know how many billions. So I decided it's important I bring you so that you can meet the Germans. These are the Germans that so you can meet them in person and ask them all the questions that you have. Because it is these brilliant young men and women who just with a little bit of financial support and using their ingenuity have helped us to develop.
Right, just a bit of what the president has said. And of course he went on, it's a pretty long speech, and he said, you know, if I had told some of you that that this was a meeting to discuss development, you would not have come.
Yes. Some of them thought it was politics.
Yeah. And he's saying,
yes, it's true, but the most important thing that the president captured there is lies. Pseudo, so-called.
Yeah. People had said, you know, some Germans.
No. Pseudo, I'm coming to describe some stupidity, naivety of some ignorance of the highest degree. You go to the platform and tell people watu wengine wanataka kuiba kura, they are doing this. You are in government. Me, I don't know what is going on here. You are in government.
You and Musalia Mudavadi, he keeps saying that. He says,
yes.
He says you're in government.
And then you come
you live in a government house.
Yes.
You
and then you eat government food. Your workers are paid with government money. Then you go out to cry to us poor people. Some of us who fight to get our meal on the table.
Actually, if you're a stranger in Kenya, you might be forgiven for thinking we are having elections next month.
But this is a dangerous thing. Every expert said. Krieger told you. And
what's our obsession with
do you know that
with 2022?
There are some people, can I tell you, there are some people think that there will be an election in 2022. Where will it be?
It's in the constitution.
No, where? You would know. You are not ready for an election. You are not ready for an election. Kenya is not ready for an election. First, do you know why?
Why?
You have not sorted out the mess that makes you fight every day. You have started putting fuel into triggers of a conflict. You have already started putting fire into triggers of a conflict. What makes you fight every 5 years? It's elections. You have not sorted it out. What made Raila to tell people to come on the streets? It's elections. Now you want to go in it without taking these things out, collecting them, seeing through what is good for Kenya. Before you talk of election, don't tell me, do you know what clothes? It's only a stupid and ignorant person who can talk of election, that there will be an election 2020. Where is it going to be? How will you conduct it? In this climate here, in this climate, you want to conduct an election? You want to conduct an election with this charged atmosphere now. Wacha tuambiane ukweli. Some of us stood by you and we shall stand by you. But when we are alive like this, Jamen, we can't, people will shout, even international community will come in to say enough is enough. You can't have an election now in Kenya without cleaning every mess that always brings us to what? While before campaigning, during campaigning, and after campaigning, there is always violence. This one is even worse.
I was going to say
Do you know why? This one is even worse.
Yeah.
Because you have brought in something which we call class struggle. Class. Abayaye na batali na abayaye. I'm saying wale mkokoteni versus nani mkokoteni. That's what you have done. Hustler versus dynasty. That's what you have done. That's what you continue to preach. Now you have divided a country because you are angry and hungry for power. Those two words, H plus A is equals to C.
What's C?
Conflict.
I hear you.
You didn't know?
I hear you.
I better teach you a bit of conflict.
It's good to know.
And a student of political science who has read conflict resolution will know angry mind, an angry stomach, plus a hungry stomach plus an angry mind. What does it create? A conflict. It is there. It's going to be there.
Yeah.
People are angry.
Is it something, do you think it's something we like to consume? Because sometimes, we ask ourselves, is it we, the media people, that like to talk too much?
No, the media, which
we
media?
Focus on 2022? Is it that
is it
Wananchi who wants to consume
I want to
2022
tell you,
stories?
Do you see me going to DC?
Like
my dear brother, I come to this media because I respect the chairman.
But Daktari, who goes?
The chairman.
Daktari, let me ask you.
Wait first. My chairman is my friend, whether this media or not this media, is my friend. I come here, but you see me going to any media. I created my own media in Kenya. I broadcast what
let me ask you something, Daktari.
I broadcast what I feel is very
these
good.
People,
the journalists,
these people
here,
who go. Daktari, let me ask you today.
I don't want to say.
Let's talk about Mwananchi, because Mwananchi is also listening.
Yes.
Who are these who go to rallies? What do you think they really want?
The people who go to rallies.
What's in it for them?
If you are
what do they really want?
If you are given 1,000 shillings, don't you go to the rally and between 1,000 shillings to buy a packet of unga?
Yeah, I'll figure it's 1,000 I never had.
Yes,
so
and ugali. And you are being told you are the one so and so ate your money. You would be very rich. That's what Ruto is preaching. Yes. You brought me here to say the truth. He's preaching hustlers, hustler movement, hustler versus those who ate, isn't it? That's where you are going to have the Hutus said those small cockroaches there. Where did we end? Where did we end?
But let me ask you, the way the economy is, don't you think that those circumstances have also been brought about by the continued
politics?
And I'm talking about December from 1963 to now.
Yes.
It has always been politicians, in scandals, making money, becoming billionaires, and whether it's in the 60s or the 70s,
for
or
example,
80s,
if you
or the 90s, it's the same story. And
I bought my first house. I bought my first house in London. I can account for you how I washed the train from London to Glasgow. I can tell you I saved. Ask these people how they...
Yeah, but in this country...
No, wait. Ask these people who are talking.
But actually, in this country, the fastest way to be rich is through politics.
Yeah, that is it.
Isn't it?
Yes. So then when you reach there, then you turn on others. That's when... You see, when crocodiles are eating people in the river, you laugh, continue laughing. But after the crocodile has finished everything, after these crocodiles have finished the dynasties, they will turn around and say, what about you, my brother?
You also look nice and just...
So, when you are trying to cross River Zambezi, it's the most affected river with crocodiles, all the way from Atlantic up to Indian Ocean. Did you know that?
I do.
I'm teaching the public so many things. That's the most affected crocodile-infected river in the world. So when you are crossing it, don't laugh at Zimbabweans and you are in Zambia. You never know. They might finish Zimbabwe and they cross over to Zambia. So I'm only telling my people, my friends, Dr. William Samoei Ruto is my friend. He knows I stood by him. In his heart, he will never say I'm a bad man. If he says that, Mungu Ataki is a Christian like me in the same church, Anglican like me.
Yeah.
So he wouldn't say I'm a bad man.
It's an interesting analogy. We have to...
When I am telling you this, I have been here. By the way, this week is my week when I was born. That's why I'm glowing.
Happy birthday.
Not yet. I'll tell you the day, but you know it.
Yeah.
So I'm glowing. I was born 1955. When these young men were born, I was already there. I saw independence of Kenya of Uganda, the flag at night. I sat at the fire. My father crossed me over here across in Bungoma River, Ruakaka. We sat with the DCs. By then, those DCs were wearing those type of things to witness the Kenya one. Therefore, don't you think I have experience?
You do.
I've seen 10 military coups with my eyes. I've participated in some. Don't I have some ideas? I've never been to Mathare, neither Butabika, which is Uganda, or in London, in Dulwich, where they keep mad people. I've never. I tell the truth, I see it. We are heading to a conflict. People are angry, you are inciting them. People are hungry, you are inciting them with anger because of those, Raila, Odinga. That politics, or even if they bring Oburu, Odinga, so what will these other people, the family also will come up and say the same thing. So you are putting us in a conflict. We're in a conflict.
We're going to take a quick break on that note.
Very, very big conflict.
We're going back right after these messages. Don't go away. This is 59 minutes.
In Africa, corruption plays a very negative role in the development of the structures, infrastructure, schools, hospitals. It negates the very fact that we became independent. It destroys independence. We wish we had been under the colonial yoke. We wish the white man came back to stop corruption. We regret in some countries in Africa that there are people who take huge monies and we laud them, we clap for them. We even give them more degrees. We even honor them at functions. We call them to open our buildings. Name the buildings, the roads in their names because they are corrupt. The question of corruption in Kenya is very real. The chicken gate scandal. The people in Britain have already served the sentence. In Kenya, nobody has served it. Yet it was proved that they actually bribed those guys. So corruption is real. Corruption kills. Corruption can only be eliminated in Kenya if Kenya changed the criminal justice system, denied people, denied the thieves, denied the economic crimes perpetrators bail on first appearance. Until the investigations are conducted, thoroughly brought, files are put together, is when these cases can now proceed in a maximum of 1 week, 3 days to 4 days. You are found guilty or not guilty. You either walk home or you walk back to committee. Until we do that in Kenya, until that is done, like what is done in Ethiopia, Rwanda, Uganda, Tanzania, that bail is not given to everybody who has touched an economic crime and committed an economic crime. Bail is denied. If we start changing the
hawa watu wanatuambia tuongee mambo ya vyeo na viongozi. Tunasema safari hii tunataka kuongea mambo ya wananchi na biashara yao. Mnasema tuendelee mambo ya viongozi ya mambo ya mwananchi. Safari hii tunawaambia hatutaki kuambiwa mambo ya vyeo mambo ya prime minister. Kwanza tunataka kuambiwa kazi ordinary ya hawa wananchi, hawa vijana. Priority ni kiongozi apate kazi kubwa, ama ni mtu ambaye hana kazi apate kazi ndogo? Si huyu mdogo kwanza apate kazi jameni? Ama mnasemaje? Si huyu mdogo apate kazi kwanza? Na katika program yetu ya Big Four ya Jubilee tulisema tuko na housing program ambaye itapatia kazi mtu ya plumber, yule wa seremala, yule wa electrician, yule wa mason na mfundi mdogo. Hapo ndio tunataka tuanze kwanza. Mambo ya mamlaka na viongozi na prime minister na deputy prime minister tutaongea baadaye. Kwanza tuanze na kazi ya huyo kijana ambaye hana kazi. Ama mnasemaje watu wa Tigani? Tuanze na kazi ya hasla ama tuendelee kuongea?
Right, welcome back to 59 Minutes. Levi Kones is my name, here with Dr. David Matsanga, Pan-African Forum Chairman, discussing the week that was. Now, the Deputy President, they are talking. And you know, one of the things that leads us to is the BBI discussion. Mm-hmm. Because already we are discussing. Number one, it seems we don't have a document to talk about to begin with. But some people seem to have an idea of what might be inside that document.
Of course, the Deputy President is part of the government.
Yes.
Therefore, he has an idea. Don't say some people. Me, I don't have.
You don't have.
But remember,
there's a document going around on WhatsApp.
I don't have a document, but remember, it is me for 10 years. It is Dr. David Matsanga for 10 years.
Yeah.
Including 3 on your show. What was I telling you every day?
You are talking about
redemption strategy.
Redemption strategy, yes.
What is it?
It's where you bring people together. There's a
Even
sharing.
him is talking without knowing what a redemption strategy is.
So let me tell you
something.
Can
I tell you one thing?
Yeah.
A redemption strategy is not a political process. And anybody in Kenya trying to do this, if you fail on this one, we are done. A redemption strategy is not. A BBI is not a political process.
And yet it is
a healing. Let me finish. Let me teach some people. I did not study plans. I studied the political science.
But it's driven by politicians.
I studied the political science. And therefore, let me teach the Deputy President nicely. It is not a political process.
Yet driven by politicians.
It is a healing process. It is 5 points. 1, accountability. 2, truth telling. To tell the truth telling. 3, restitution. 4, reparations. And 5, reconciliation. Then the 6th product is, out of all this, if you have done all this, including restitution, means going through the ethics of people of Kenya, how do they behave? Going through the
Peace?
No, electoral commission. What is the problem? What triggers our problem?
Yeah.
You are restituting the entire social, moral, political, economic fabric. Wipe up corruption, truth tell, return the money you have stolen. Then you get one big word. Do you know what it is called? HEALING. Healing. Now
let me ask you something.
Nobody has healed here.
Daktari.
Nobody.
One of the biggest problems is that
the man has not healed. This man has not
but
healed.
Daktari, BBI, wait a second. You're not answering one thing. The BBI
I'm answering, I'm waiting.
Is driven by politicians. Since politicians seem to be at the forefront of it, and when politicians are at the forefront of something, the meaning then gets lost. Because people then see the politics are not there. And not the, you know,
I am not
the content therein.
Please, I'm now talking as an expert. I don't think Dr. William Ruto is an expert in conflict. Neither does he know the subject.
But the people pushing.
No. Neither does he know the subject.
But you're not answering my question.
I am now talking as an expert to tell you that even if it is the president, even if it's the government, if the government does not take the BBI and turn it into a healing process and allow the politicians to run away with it, we are doomed.
it will still not work.
It will not work.
I hear you.
Have you heard my...
Some of the things, I've heard exactly
point?
what you have said.
Have you got my point?
Very clearly. Yes.
Let the government, let His Excellency the President take the BBI as a government policy. Driven by the government, not driven by politics.
Yeah, and not having any political,
connotations
in the background.
Avoid it.
And yet,
you are
one of the things that we are talking about on BBI, the daily 3 newspapers here, all of them saying something about, positions, Prime Minister, maybe,
one of the things
something else,
in the process of healing, while doing healing.
Yeah.
I told you one word.
Is what?
Restitution.
So, you want to pay Kass?
No, restitution. I am with. Please, I did not go to universities in New York. I went to universities in where education started from, in London. And therefore, give me respect. I did not buy my degree. I read restitution. When restitution comes, that is when the nation restitutes itself. If what was bringing us tribalism is because people don't eat in another tribe, you work on that. If what was killing us was because elections, you work on elections. If what was killing us is you give jobs to 2 tribes, give jobs to many tribes. If it was what was killing us, our economy has corruption. Eradicate corruption. Put laws, change the laws, restitute.
I hear you.
Jermaine, restitute. Let's teach people about BBI, efforts. If our moral, have you seen our morals in East Africa? That we copy what others have done. How do you have MPs of Kenyan Parliament dancing in Jerusalem?
They're on a break.
Excuse me.
Mutai Kagwe talked about it yesterday.
Yes, you are dancing in Jerusalem in a parliament of Kenya. Where is the patriotism? Where is the patriotism of Tom Mboya, Patrice Lumumba?
They'll say
Jomo Kenyatta. Where is it?
They'll say it was with a light touch.
No.
Entertainment.
No. Why can't they get their own song? Most of the people in Kenya here sing songs that praise Ruto or Uhuru or Raila. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? Yeah. Is there anybody here who sings the nation? There was only one national song. Those singers of those days, during the Moi days, they used to sing a song that when you are in the village in Cape Tais, in Kimilili, in Tarubo, your place there, in Tarubo, with you all come from Tarubo. From there, you just sing, a nation is singing, and then here you are copying Jerusalem. All of you dancing everywhere, even the Prime Minister Raila Odinga is dancing, everybody is dancing. Why don't you?
We want to go to Jerusalem, my friend.
Why don't you encourage this
tunaona binguni?
Do you know what the president said?
Yeah.
President said, where is the patriotism? Did you hear him in Miami?
Yes, yeah.
Didn't he use that word?
Yeah.
Where's the patriotism gone? You lie to the world that the German is building ballot papers and are stealing election, which is not there. When you reach there, you get even ashamed. The people who have been collected are from National Intelligence System, police, civil service, anywhere else.
And they're Kenyans.
Even you media people. Some of the media guys are there. Do you know that? Doing the training. Now, look, are you not ashamed? You feel ashamed like digging a hole to run into a chair. Shame upon you. Look at that.
Are you addressing me as a media? Or
yes, shame upon the media. Because the president was very categorical. He said the fourth estate.
Yeah, he said some guys, some bad apples.
Why don't you say them?
Not everybody.
These boys who never went to school.
Not everybody.
No, there are those who never touched school and they only smelled.
You know, not everyone.
They smelled school. That I was in this South B school. I passed by and I saw the signpost.
Yeah.
Then
but actually, a distinction needs to be made.
Go to school.
Just having followers on Facebook does not mean you're a media person.
Yeah, the deputy president follows followers. Some of them are Chinese.
It doesn't
no,
make you.
they
It doesn't
are
make
dead
you.
people.
You know.
Do you know they are dead? Some of these people will
It's
not.
possible. You can cook.
They have used.
You can cook followers.
My Facebook, boss. My Facebook doesn't have a single dead person. Each day I get about 200 people, 300 reading my
real guys.
Real, yes, answering me, and I answer them.
Not just your fans who are telling you, Daktari, you're good, you're nice, you're what?
No, they have told me I'm big, I'm hippo. Go back to Uganda. You are very fat. I tell them thank you very much. I have never. Some I don't block them. I've never blocked anybody, and neither my Facebook has ever been.
I hear you.
Because I am decent. I grew up in a decent Christian family.
Well, Daktari, tomorrow is Mashujaa.
Yes.
Mashujaa Day.
Yes.
Happening all the way in Kisii town.
Very good.
And the stage is being set for a showdown of sorts, as they say.
Showdown in what? This is a national day.
In Kisii town.
So if you go there with your Kimbelembele, utapata. That's what I can tell you.
A showdown of sorts.
Yes,
we are expecting as Kenyans
you see why you insult the people.
Yeah.
There's one thing you cannot insult people and then you go to their home. You see, you wait and see tomorrow. So you insult people. Don't insult people. Use a good language. Tomorrow is Mashujaa. These people who fought for this country.
Yes.
Some of us have fought for this.
I was about to ask you.
Listen.
I was about to ask you. Yes. Coming at a time like now.
Yes.
In a moment like this, where we are having a lot of digging in politically in terms of, you know, people have taken sides and people are campaigning and all that. Do you think the day will be lost? In the sense that what we really are supposed to celebrate somehow gets lost in the politics of...
It is true. It is a sad...
Like we're supposed to celebrate our independence, people who died for us, people who gave their lives for our freedom, you know, people who went out of their way, lost livelihoods and lost careers and, you know, lost family members and lost a lot to ensure that we became free. And yet...
Some of us are here.
And yet the discussion is about who has got more
followers, who is going to succeed. Succession politics comes in. You might not be there. Who knows? You just say, God willing, itakuja. Itakuwako.
Because 2020 has been rough already.
Yes. 2020 is rough. You will still have years. You have antagonized the people already. You are antagonizing people. Think of the people of the freedom fighters who stood firm and saw the project and said, we shall get Kenya independent. They got it. They never bickered like these young men are bickering.
Is this, when you look back at then
this is very
and now,
bad.
Do you think this is what our forefathers envisioned when they said, let's become independent?
They did not envision this type of tribes.
What were we looking for?
Of divisions. Unity. President Uhuru Kenyatta's delivery of message tomorrow is unity. He can't leave a tattered country. You can't leave a country dismembered. You can't leave a country going down the drain of insurgency, where people are going to go. If where people tell us we have several plans, we have plan B. Did you hear someone saying we have plan B this time? This time, what was the clip you put there said, this time. So was there a time when there was, you know, people started thinking, oh, so you have been part of this, so you know.
And yet there are those who feel, Daktari, from the clergy, that you know that if we're
which clergy?
If we're going to talk about
which clergy?
The clergy.
Which one?
I don't know which one you want me to
please,
make a reference
to.
But the clergy.
Which clergy?
Daktari,
not the ones who get handouts.
Let me finish.
No, not the one who get handouts. Don't tell me about
which clergy is that one now?
The one
because they are clergy, they are just clergy.
For their stomachs. You know, the ones who fight, who said King Solomon killed Goliath.
That was a slip of the tongue.
No.
That was a slip of the tongue.
It is because you are hungry for money.
Yeah,
you go in that house for the money. You are waiting quickly for the deputy president to go back and say, hey.
So you forget the Bible story.
You forget the Bible. This is not clergy. The clergy that I am an assistant warden.
Yeah.
I am an assistant warden of St. Mary's Anglican Church in Croydon, Surrey, United Kingdom. In my absence, every day, I pray from Nairobi.
So you are a clergyman?
Yes, I know. From Nairobi to St. Mary's in New Addington, we pray on Zoom. They say our assistant warden is not here. I'm respected. The little money that we contribute in that church has built these churches. The Anglican Church. It has been there since 17.
Anyway, you didn't let me finish,
1789.
I said part of that clergy is also talking and saying, you know what, if you're going to unite the country,
yes,
then start with the president as DP.
And do what is their crisis?
And unite them.
Why can't they go in that state house and sit down and
unajua zamani
Daktari,
let me take you back to 2013.
You know what?
Because 2013 we had guys who came out, they were wearing the same ties, same color of shirts, walikuwa wamekunja mashati, wanaongea
alifanya nini?
Wakisema bro, huyu anasema bro.
No, what has the president done? President Uhuru Kenyatta amefanya nini?
Wanasema brother, you know, wana name vitu, wanatembea mahali.
Kenyatta alienda hapa.
You know,
has he been moving around the country? Has he been concentrating on Mount Kenya, Central Kenya? Divide here, divide there, divide this, divide this. Are there no people there wanting money in the Rift Valley and other places? What is the problem? What he goes there to do what? You want the president to do what? Has the president fought anybody? Has Uhuru fought anyone? If they have a problem, these people are in the presidency. Let them sit in the house. If they don't have any mediator, call generals with ranks here. We shall go there and say, now you say what you want. They have time to finish the problem there.
They do.
Why do they bring the problem to the people who don't have food? Why? People have 60 children and they have 100 shillings.
Yeah. Because
you don't know how.
Because you know what, Daktari, there are serious things on the table. Even as we go to Kenyatta Day, there is an issue concerning the economy. There are guys who are still suffering so much with lack of food, lack of basic needs.
There are people
lack of jobs, lack of.
There are people. No, there are people still in. Some people are still in camps.
Yes. We have serious issues.
Can I tell you the truth?
Yeah.
You walk and you find you walk and find your house has smoke. Mtu anapiga chakula kwa nyumba yako. And you are sleeping in a boys' quarter.
We have issues with schools.
You are sleeping in.
We have issues with schools. Although we have sent some students to school.
You heal.
There are some schools that are also non-existent. Kuna zile zimezama na maji, kuna zile
unaona
zimekwisha. I mean, we have got serious issues on the table.
There is a school that does not have even a blackboard.
True.
So why are we
cannot even buy sanitizer?
Yes.
Cannot even have
no mask.
A mask, a place to wash hands and.
But when we heard that there was money, when we heard there was money for making desks, you know, the Tanga came out very quickly. Magoha kept on changing the dates. He even brought the date near quickly. The schools are opening. I don't know what he's going to do in the next 1 month.
Yeah, what I'm saying is we are going to Mashujaa Day with serious issues on the table.
Yes,
that seem to get lost also in these other stories.
It is true.
In who is
it's a tragedy.
Is doing what? It's a
tragedy.
You know,
these are people who started this journey together. They won an election. Some of us went back and campaigned. I'm not a member. I'm not a voter in this country. I campaigned and broke my hand. For the first time, I saw a hospital. I had never seen a hospital since 1955. My mother is still alive. She never took me to any hospital. I broke my hand because of election part 2. Which all the way from Mombasa.
I remember.
In a convoy. You saw me and I had to run away. I had to run away from the hospital because people were beginning to talk. This is the one. This is the one. I had to go away with a very sick hand. We wanted to get these people in power. They are in power. 2 of them. They got it. We all celebrated. Some of us have never even been told thank you. Yes.
Some of us have
The first stage.
even been to State House.
Yes. I have never even drunk any tea with any of them.
Yeah.
The first other stage, you know what I did. I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
I know. The deputy has never said, thank you, Matsanga. Never. He looks at me as an enemy. I have never.
So but there are serious issues.
There are people, you know what? I'm an elder. I'm older.
What will it take, Daktari?
We are almost closing the show.
What will it take for this country to come back to its senses and say, you know what?
Healing.
We've got bigger fish to fry here.
Healing. Healing. We must put this BBI in action. Let's read it. Let's heal. Let's restitute.
Where is it, Tusome?
Ikuje. Hata mimi sijui DP anaona. His Excellency, the Deputy President, anaona. No, he's part of the security team. A document cannot pass without him knowing. But already he has poured cold water on the same. You see the cold water he has poured? He said,
do you think we are likely to see that this week, maybe tomorrow?
Hopefully it comes out tomorrow as a good present to make people's hearts and leave it. Throw the thing to the people. Let the people decide.
True that.
Alternatively, let the president take a presidential decree.
Democracy.
No. Democracy. Listen.
It's still a democratic country.
Listen. A decree. A presidential executive decree.
Oh yeah, that can happen. True.
Has nothing to do with
the democracy.
It doesn't kill democracy. It also fosters democracy. That His Excellency take a presidential executive decree out to suspend political activities in a pandemic situation. People are cold. They are coming without masks. They are opening their mouths. Nobody is caring about washing
things
hands.
down a bit.
So His Excellency must cool down the climate, the weather, the situation, the political animosity by bringing an executive decree that can stop any of these functions.
Right.
That people, nobody stops you to go and contribute to the church quietly. Why are church leaders giving people?
Why the Bible says, let your left hand not know what your right hand
Why are people giving the microphones like you?
In
fact, you do look like you like you like being in the church. Why should the priest? If you have come to my church, you are a deputy president, or you are president. I will tell the president, the deputy, and the president can speak. They are entitled.
But they don't have to. Even if they don't have to.
They are entitled to speak.
Yeah.
But these other nyamparas, these ones, the ones running around like a chungwa and so on, these ones, this bad mouth.
Okay,
they cannot be allowed. You can. No, let me ask you one question on this TV today. You go to a rally and you insult the chairman here. You are in a rally and the people are insulting the chairman of this TV. All this, will you be comfortable?
No.
The deputy president sits in a rally where the president of his boss is being lambasted. And he laughs.
We'll leave it there. We have 3 minutes.
And he laughs.
We leave it there. You've made your point, Daktari.
I'm a editor. Whether it is Raila Odinga, whether it is this side, I will tell them.
I hear you.
Because I have to safeguard
the
interests of Kenya.
Daktari, 3 minutes.
Yes.
And I need to talk to you about your friend.
Who?
Donald Trump.
He's gonna win. Baba.
Yeah.
You see, there is one thing you have forgotten.
They say he's losing. The polls are saying that the guy.
Before you jump to Trump.
That the guy is behind.
Before you jump to Trump.
Yeah.
Come to Nigeria. It's gone.
Let's start with Tanzania.
No, let's start in Nigeria. It's gone. Today is 10 million. Have you seen the crowd in Abuja?
Yes.
Where will the Buhari pass? They have finally zeroed on him.
There are rumors that Buhari...
No. Don't rumor. I have for 4 years.
There are those rumors that have
been said. For 4 years. I bumped. Let me now authoritatively tell you. I bumped into Obasanjo in Kempisi myself. Yes, he's my friend.
Here in Nairobi.
I don't want to tell you what he told me. Nairobi, of course. You think I'm not worth a statesman in this world?
Okay. So that's like
in Africa.
Tanzania.
I am, and I know what is happening in Nigeria.
What about Tanzania?
Tanzania is my home, second home.
Predictions?
Prediction: CCM will win, but with clouded results. Let's come clouded results. Let's go to Uganda. Why are you avoiding Uganda?
Let's go to Uganda. Yeah, Uganda is also motto. Yeah.
My sister comes from there.
Yeah, but
yes, but what? She's married in Tarobo. Lucky he brought a very good student.
Yes.
Yes.
So now,
actually from my tribe
in Uganda,
you see how we produce
quickly. We don't have time.
In Uganda, chaos. This younger man collected 6 million signatures. The boss said, how did he pass me?
Oh, Bobby.
Yes, 6 million signatures within 20 days. 6 million. Real.
Yeah. You think guys are fed up, ready for change, maybe?
No, tired. I don't know. No, please, I just wanted to tell you what is happening.
You don't want to try it.
I am an leader. I told you last week. I picked a phone and I called Besigye. Don't take part. Because Besigye respects me. Have you ever seen Besigye insult me?
No, but
have you ever had on any social media?
He's had his share of harassment.
Because no, not share of harassment. Because Besigye respects me. He learned his mistake.
Okay, we have 30 seconds.
If you go to Tanzania, it is a tragedy. The war is beginning in the southern part, where Islamist Al-Shabaab brothers have again airlifted themselves into that region. It's very sad for East Africa. There's a proxy war going on, and we better address that next week and see how best we can help.
Yeah.
Across Africa.
Guinea is also having an election.
Which election? This is a story. You can't have a scientific election.
Yeah, it is.
Ivory Coast is having a scientific election.
Yeah,
Uganda is a scientific election. All these elections will end up in where? Have you seen this? Tears. There's no election result in Uganda that will be accepted.
Daktari says it will end in tears.
In tears.
It will end in tears in America too, by the way.
No, America, not Trump.
In tears.
Not Trump. Trump, have you seen Trump will defeat? You know, American, I've told you, younger man, every day my brother Kass, my younger son Kass, I don't know which names I always pray for you every morning. I've told you I'm a warden, assistant warden of the church. I pray.
Make it your final point because we are closing.
I pray for you. Americans like violent presidents.
We'll end on that note. That's 59 minutes. That's all the time we have for today. We could go on and on, but it is what it is. Join me tomorrow, Kenyatta Day, also now known as Mashujaa Day. But you know, some of us from Zamani tunajua ni Kenyatta Day, but ni Mashujaa Day as we celebrate the Shujaas of this country. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. Stay tuned for Leah, who's back with the lawsuit, and of course, more programming from Kass TV all through the day. God bless you. Good day. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other, and see you tomorrow, God willing.
Peace must be our goal and our guide. And all that we strive for as a human family, dignity and hope, progress and prosperity, depends on peace. But peace depends on us.